Parliamentary Reporter Government economic mismanagement could leave more than 3 million workers on the minimum wage short of up to £5,000 a year each, Jeremy Corbyn is expected to say today. Speaking at Labour's Eastern Region Conference in Cambridgeshire, he will unveil new research by the party showing that the planned hourly rate of the so-called National Living Wage (NLW) could fall in real terms to £8.25 by 2020. Former Chancellor George Osborne claimed it would reach £9.30 an hour by 2020 when he first announced the NLW, the level of which is linked to average earnings. The Office for Budget Responsibility now projects that it will be £8.75 in 2020. But Labour analysis shows the NLW could be as low as £8.25 by that time if the Tories keep failing to boost wages. The £1.05 an hour shortfall against Mr. Osborne's projections would mean an estimated 3.3 million people on the NLW being paid £4,994 a year less. Mr. Corbyn will say it is completely unacceptable. The next Labour government will introduce a real living wage to reach at least £10 per hour by 2020, he will add. Mr. Corbyn will also reiterate Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell's demands aimed at Chancellor Philip Hammond, who will announce his budget on Wednesday. They include a pause in the universal credit rollout to allow the problem of long delays to payments to be fixed, an end to the public sector pay cap, proper funding of schools and the NHS, a new house building program to cut homelessness and rent poverty, and investment in infrastructure. Mr. Corbyn will say austerity has held down the wages of the many and driven up the profits of the few. Personal debt has too often plugged the gap. Saying that increased personal debt is an economic and political failure, Mr. Corbyn continued. The Bank of England, the Financial Conduct Authority and the IMF have all warned against rising debt now that over 8.3 million people are over-indebted. If the Prime Minister and the Chancellor are serious about ending the longest decline in living standards since the 19th century, they must borrow to invest in our economy, services and people. Related tags.